Scott Adams back here along with head coach Joy Williams. And coach, there again for the third consecutive game in a row, we go into the half playing in a deficit as offensively we had a spurt there of 4.5 minutes without a basket there in that first half.
Yeah, we just didn't do some things, Scott, that we worked on all week in practice. We talked about reversing the basketball, and I think the first couple possessions we came out, first 3 or 4 possessions, we didn't get ball reversal, and that's that's disappointing. Those are things that can happen. Teams are going to try to force us into quick shots and first side shots, but we've got to be a lot more disciplined offensively.
Yeah, there in that first half, UCF would shoot just 32% from the floor, and again, coach, unable to get into that pressure in the backcourt off of a score.
That's true. We want to be able to set our full court pressure up, but you got to score to be able to do that, and that's something that we struggled with. I thought we did a better job on the boards tonight, but you got to finish shots in the paint. I mean, we had ample opportunities to win this basketball game and just didn't get it done.
Coach, 7 points there at the half. You're down, but at the same time, coming there, out of the break, defensively for 28 seconds on that shot clock. Your ladies there in that first half, I thought played solid defense. Jameer Faulkner just broke our back one too many times.
Well, yeah, Jameer Faulkner is a great player. If you don't have a hand up on a shooter, they're going to shoot. They're going to make it most times. So, that's the thing that's disappointing. We played, like you said, for most of the possession. Then she caught us with our hands down, and she knocked it down. So that's what very good players do, and we got to learn lessons the hard way.
19 points there in that first half. She would finish with 25. Carrie coming into this basketball game, she was a top 5 scorer in Conference USA. We were able to limit her, yet much like that SMU game, it's other ladies there for USM that were able to step up as a big day today from Nytisha Pierce, who would score in double figures.
Yeah, we just, the thing about that is we've got to make sure that we guard everybody. We knew that Carrie and Faulkner were 2 of the best scorers in Conference USA, and Pierce is already also somebody who can score the ball, and so again, it's team defense. We might key on 1 or 2 people, but it's team defense and everybody at this level, and especially this time of the year, you got to guard them.
Well, the 21 points there in that first half. BJ in a little bit of foul trouble going into intermission. I know you had to save her there here for this second half.
Well, BJ just didn't come out playing as hard as she needed to. I think, and it's tough sometimes as a freshman. You talk about some of these players and some of our opponents, and BJ again tonight had to learn the hard way that we've got to play hard from start to finish, and she came back in the second half and gave a lot better effort than she did in the first.
Coach, it seems here from one game to the next, we just can't put any sort of consistency, at least here during these first 3 games. A game ago, it was the front court that really kind of stymied us with those 11 turnovers. Here tonight, we get a pretty good game from our front court, at least scoring the basketball, as Kaylee Keough, her first 10-point performance or double-digit performance in what seems as ages. And Erica Jones, I think here over the course of the past 3 games, she's given, fairly good effort, solid rebounding numbers here from her here tonight.
Well, we challenged Erica. Last game out, she had 0 rebounds at the half, and she's a player. I think she's one of the best rebounders in our league, and so she really responded tonight. Had a really good week of practice on the boards and did a good job tonight. We just got to finish in the paint a lot better, Scott. We were there. We had several possessions where we got offensive boards and we couldn't put it back in. You got to be able to knock those down.
We win the rebounding edge 43-34, yet turn the basketball over again, Coach. 21, and it just seems like a broken record every time that you and I sit down here after these post-game chats. Some of those turnovers are just of the worst variety. It's the ones that really handcuff us in terms of getting into our offense because it's just careless and lack of fundamentals, I guess we could say.
Yeah, basically we just hand the ball to the other team, and that's what's disappointing. That's one thing that we felt like was the key in this game was that we had to take care of the basketball because they turn turnovers into scoring opportunities, and they usually finish. So, probably about 40% of their offense came off transition, and that's what they did tonight, off turnovers. So, again, hard lesson to learn, but we'll just keep plugging away.
All right, Coach, 0-3 here in Conference USA play, and we go to the road. It's going to be one of those long road trips here next week. Tulsa on Thursday, Memphis on Sunday. Good news is maybe Tulsa here, at least record-wise, they've had some struggles along the way, but at the same time, we can't write anybody off going into a basketball game.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say good news for anybody. We're playing on Tulsa's court. They've been in every ball game this year. They compete. I know that's one thing that they'll do, and they've got a very good guard play along with inside presence. So, there's nothing easy, especially going on the road. That's why it's so important to take care of business at home. So what we're trying to do is go out now and try to steal one somewhere.
Well, UCF, despite outscoring Southern Miss there in that second half, 36-34 was the hole there in that first half. Coach, appreciate the time.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, there's head coach Joy Williams, as Knights have their winning streak in the regular season snapped against Southern Miss. It was 7 games. The Golden Eagles getting the victory here tonight. Final count 62-57. Southern Miss, they go on to 2-2 in league play. UCF now 0-3 to start off Conference USA. And we talk about the 2 road games. It's not going to get very easy, because if there's one thing that we've learned in CUSA play is being able to steal games on the road is what really separates teams from having winning records in Conference USA play. You can, win 75% of your home games, and if you can steal a couple on the road, you will be in the top 5, top 6 when the end of the season comes around. So UCF really going to have to go ahead and have some things needing to change quickly, as Thursday against Tulsa, Knights will be taking on the Golden Hurricane. Final stats here on the day. UCF, another sub-40 performance from the field, 34.5%, 23 of 67 on the day. They would have nearly 22 more shots hoisted on the afternoon comparatively there to Southern Miss. UCF 7 of 22 from downtown, 6 3-point makes there in that second half. BJ, she would knock down 5 of them for the Knights. Knights would get to the free throw line just 6 times. 6 times, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Conversely, Southern Miss, they would make their way 35 times to the free throw line. 22 of 35 they would finish. Knights on the day, they would get 21 points from Brianna Jackson. She would snap her 3-game streak of under double figures. Finish on the day 21 points on 8 of 19 shooting, 5 of 10 from downtown, 7 boards in 23 minutes of play. She did play in foul trouble in that first half, would finish with 5 turnovers. However, UCF as a team, 21 total turnovers, and USM would turn those miscues into 17 points on the afternoon. Other scores here tonight for UCF. Kaylee Key would finish in double figures, 10 points in 20 minutes of action. Erica Jones, she would finish 2 points away from a double-double, 8 points, 14 rebounds in 33 minutes of work. Nate Carter, a game after scoring 19 points, would have just 7 tonight, 3 of 11 from the field. The front court here for UCF offensively, solid numbers. Erica Jones, 8 points, Kaylee Keough, the 10 points, and Stephanie Taylor, she would finish with 4 points and 2 rebounds for the Knights, who lose here today against Southern Miss. Jamira Faulkner on the day, she would finish with 25 points for the Golden Eagles. 9 of 16 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. She would finish with 5 points, 3 assists, turned the ball over 7 times as she played 33 minutes of basketball. Tanika Carey, one of the other big guns for Southern Miss, she would finish with 14 points. Nytisha Pierce, she would end with 9, and Geronte Clemens, one of the freshmen for Southern Miss, she would finish with 8 points on the day for Southern Miss, as the Golden Eagles would stave off UCF down the stretch as double figures. Therefore, Southern Miss, they would go up by as many as 13 points in the game, hold on for the victory, 62-57, as UCF now 0-3 in Conference USA play, 6-11 on the season. As for Southern Miss, they will get their 10th victory of the season, and Joyleen McNellis, she registers her 350th career win with the victory here today. So that'll go ahead and wrap up our broadcast here this afternoon, as UCF will get set to take on Tulsa coming up on Thursdays. The Knights will be out there in Oklahoma to take on the Golden Hurricane, as tip-off is slated for 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Coverage will begin right here on the UCF Sports Network beginning at 7:45. So for our entire video services crew, along with Joey Giannini, I'm Scott Adams. Thank you for watching UCF basketball here today. Knights unable to get it done against Southern Miss and the Golden Eagles. Final score 62-57. USM beats up on UCF, as you've been watching night basketball right here on UCFathletics.com.